And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is March 4th. We've got a beautiful day out for you. However, that's going to be changing as we get to the weekend and next week, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. On our show today, you're going to meet our new security director, Carlos Rojas, and he's been on board here for, I think, just about a week or so. It'll be great to meet him, find out his background, and what got him here to the village. Also, the South Orange County Community College District, one of their trustees, actually the vice president of the board, Tim Jamal, will be here, and they're going to tell us what's going on with the college district and some performances they're going to be having soon. Also, the GAIN research study. This is sort of a new way to look at Alzheimer's that Dr. Alva has been doing, and it's really interesting, sort of a different take on it, and finding out possibly another cause of Alzheimer's, and it was really very interesting. And we're going to tell you about some tickets we're giving away to the Hogue Classic, which is the golf tournament in Newport Beach that actually starts today. All right, let's tell you about a couple, I was going to say movies. I'll tell you about those later. Meetings today. Mutual 50, if you live over there. Their activities committee will be meeting in the boardroom, and that will be at 11 this morning. Then later on in the boardroom here in our community center, the Village Energy Task Force will meet at 1:30. Now let's get to the weather. A little fog out this morning, about 5 degrees less in temperature, but still very nice out today, nice and mild. And tomorrow we're going to get a little more patchy clouds, and going forward, temperature is going to drop and be partly cloudy on Friday. Then we get this rain coming in. Now the rain coming in Saturday and Sunday, this could shift a little bit, all told, kind of like what we had just that last round. 1/10 of an inch to maybe a 1/4 of an inch, but I really doubt that. It looks like right now that rain will come in Saturday. We might get a little bit of sprinkles here and there over the day, and then it'll get a little bit heavier in the night, but still not a lot, and spilling over into Sunday. And Sunday right now is a little more iffy. If we get rain, more than likely in the morning. Now, I do want to tell you, though, beyond that, it looks like we're going to get a real storm coming in probably Tuesday of next week, and could last 2 to 3 days. That's going to be a trough that drops down, so cooler air dropping all the way down like we would expect it should be, and then that's going to pick up moist air coming up from the south, meaning really offshore and really subtropical type weather, and combined could bring us a lot of rain coming in. That will be next week, so stay tuned for that. Here we are around the county and beyond today. Yeah, I want to remind you folks, I'm going to hopefully remind you every single day, spring forward this weekend, which means when you go to bed Saturday night, you push that clock forward. Many of your devices will do that automatically, but it also means we lose an hour sleep as we wake up on Sunday, so keep that in mind. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
How are you making the most of your life, and do you apply that same devotion to planning your financial future? A train off its tracks goes nowhere. Having a financial plan that is consistent with your lifestyle will keep you on track through your retirement years.
Align Wealth Advisors specializes in creating a financial strategy that best fits your needs and your lifestyle, now and in the future.
Align Wealth Advisors. Life, wealth, balance.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Well, I'd like to welcome our new security director here in the village, and that is Carlos Rojas. And it is fantastic to have you here, sir. Welcome.
Well,
as
thank
our
you.
New chief.
It's great to be here.
You've been here for, what, about a week or so?
About a week, yes.
Yeah. And first, let's get to know you a little bit. Let's learn your background. And one of the things you were just telling me, that your dad worked here for many years.
Sure. I grew up in Orange County in Huntington Beach, and my dad was actually a painter here at, it was Leisure World at the time.
Yes.
So as a kid, I do remember coming to work with him, and then one of my memories, of course, was the giant globe out front.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he spent 22 years here and retired back in about 2001 or so.
Okay, and you grew up in Huntington Beach?
I did, yes.
Oh, nice place to grow up. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Huntington Beach High School and then went to Golden West College.
Golden West, yeah. Yes.
Which is right around the corner. And then, of course, Cal State Long Beach and Chapman University. So.
Well, wow, great colleges for sure. Now, by the way, Golden West, don't they have a program there for a police academy or sort of a, am I right?
They do have a criminal justice program.
Yeah,
I went to the Orange County Sheriff's Academy, but I did go through their criminal justice program and actually got an AA degree from Golden West College.
Okay, yeah, I knew they had something like that. Now, and then you went to Chapman, which is, of course, you know, one of the best colleges around.
Absolutely.
So from there, did you start with the Santa Ana Police Force right away?
Well, actually, I started at the Santa Ana Police Department when I was 21.
Ah,
so I hadn't yet
good.
received my degrees, and I went back to school while I was working as a police officer.
Okay.
And so I did over 27 years there at Santa Ana.
And 27 years, a lot of changes over the years.
Yes.
What are some of the main things you saw? Just the way things are done, not just technology, of course, but the way policing is done.
Well, I think over time, policing got more professional over time.
Yeah.
And I think you've seen that across the nation. And a lot of it was due to major incidents that had occurred.
Yeah.
And then some of it was just the evolution of society and the expectations of communities on how they wanted to be policed.
Yeah, and of course, you became the chief of police there in 2014.
Yes. Yeah, so I was the chief of police. I was the acting chief for a couple of years, and then became the permanent chief for 3 years, and then went to the Bay Area after that. Yeah,
and that's something that I was interested about as well, because being from the Bay Area myself, you were with the BART system, Bay Area Rapid Transit System, and that's something I'm very familiar with, so much so that when I was a kid, I remember seeing a presentation on that. It was at a local shopping mall. They had a model of it. And I remember the tubes under the bay going in. And so I think that's really neat that you worked up there.
Yeah, it was a very, very exciting time, and it's a very large transit system.
Yes, it is.
And it was something different than I had been used to. I was in municipal policing for a very long time. So that was a transit system which had its host of issues that you had to deal with. But Santa Ana was a good foundation to be able to manage and lead the folks that were working up in the Bay Area.
Now, when you were over with the BART system, you were the chief of police, so you were all
Correct.
over the system, am I right?
Correct. So it spanned 4 counties, and we were actually going into a 5th county. They were going into Santa Clara,
Okay.
which will be up and running this year.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, your background is fantastic. Now, you were also part of the FBI National Academy graduate and West Point Leadership Program, and I mean, you've got a great background.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been very, very blessed and very fortunate to have had a great career, great experiences, and really just worked a variety of assignments in public safety. So now I'm excited to be able to come to Laguna Woods Village and bring some of that experience and really continue to build upon the successes that Laguna Woods Village has had.
Just in general, your personal life, you have kids and all?
I do. I've been married for 27 years. I have 3 kids. They're all adults, 19, 22, and 25. And then I do have a son that's at the West Point Military Academy in New York. And then I have a son that's at Seattle Pacific University. And then my daughter graduated from University of Nevada, Reno.
So you do a lot of traveling.
I do.
I would think.
I do.
Yeah.
Whether I
mean,
like it or not.
That is just that is all over the place. But
Yes.
I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
You're here at the Village now. I've been here about a week, and of course, you met with and you've known Tim Moy for a while. Am I right? Obviously,
Yes.
you did, right?
Yes, I knew him from the
because of-
Sheriff's
yeah.
Department. We would contract for air support services when I was at
Okay.
the Santa Ana Police Department. So I did get to know Chief Moy through the Sheriff's Department, and then I reconnected with him once I started looking at applying for the job here.
Yeah. What made you come here? Was it because you knew it from your dad?
Well, I'm big on doing my research before I commit to applying anywhere because I'm the type of person that really has to be focused and dedicated and know that not only am I right for the organization, but the organization is right for me.
Right.
And then so, of course, my dad spoke volumes about the village, and I remember growing up, he would tell all kinds of stories about the folks that lived in the village, and he always had good, fun memories about his work here, so that played a part in it. And then also talking to Chief Moy and the things that he's been able to accomplish during the time he was here. And then when I came to meet some of the residents, to ride along with some of the security folks, and then I really felt that I could contribute in a positive manner.
Now, obviously, I think it's too soon to ask you what you want to see a little bit different or changes or accomplish here. But one of the things that Tim Moy really implemented, we had it, but he really expanded on, is our disaster preparedness here in our task force. And obviously, with your background, you've had to have a lot of experience with that. Santa Ana Police Department up in the Bay Area, part of your program, I'm sure, was looking disasters up there, namely earthquakes and that tube that goes under the bay.
Correct.
So what do you hope to bring here? We got a lot that we need to be prepared for. You could have an earthquake any day, wildfires. We're now looking at the coronavirus, and there's a lot to this village.
Absolutely, and I think failing to plan is a plan to fail, as they say. So I think it's very important not only to have the plans in place, which we're very well situated in that way, but we also have to exercise those plans. And then we have to make sure that we provide the information, the education, and the knowledge, not only to those that will be responding to the incident, but the residents that live in the village. And of course, in any major disaster, you always want things to go a certain way, but that usually is not the case. So you have to plan for all kinds of eventualities. And I think training and exercising those plans is very important. So I'd want to continue along that path.
Okay, and of course, we have the Code Red system.
Yes.
And very similar to you have the OC alert system that I know you probably utilized.
Correct. The Code Red system to do the mass notifications is very, very important. And also being able to manage an incident. There's a web EOC system that I know the city of Laguna Woods has, along with all other cities in Orange County, and so I'm well versed in that. And I think all that brings good experience and a good launching point for me to go ahead and enhance our programs here.
Yeah, well, I think it's great that the village found you and you found the village.
Absolutely.
And your background is remarkable and very interesting. All the different places you've been, and I think you're going to bring really almost like a view from around the country, not only what you've done here in California, but you were at West Point, and also all that experience comes to here, and I think it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here, and I know we're going to accomplish some good things on behalf of all the residents in the community.
All right, and part of it, you're going to be coming on the show now and then. All right?
Okay,
all
sounds
right.
good.
And once you're here for a while, well, then we'll start looking into maybe different things that you want to see done. So
okay,
fantastic.
Fair
Chief,
enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming on. Great meeting you.
Great. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
Individual care, specialized care. At Harvard Eye Associates, we know you want to look as young on the outside as you feel on the inside. Here, our aesthetic specialists provide expert services that can help rejuvenate your natural beauty. That's safe, effective, with the most natural looking results. Come join the circle of care at Harvard Eye Associates, where the future of vision is today.
When you have confidence in your retirement future, you can live the life you've always imagined. Because of planning, you now have time to reflect on the wonderful memories of your life. You and your spouse finally have the luxury of leisure time together. To spend fun times with your grandkids, sharing the joy of their excitement about life. Smiling at the thought of quality time with your children and of picking up the check. At last, you have time to breathe and rekindle the love of your life. Why? Because you imagined what could be. You planned for retirement. So today, you own your future.
And I'd like to welcome back Tim Jamal with the Orange County Community College District. He's the vice president of the board. And great to see you. I haven't seen you
Ken,
for a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I got a little grayer.
Yes. How long have you been on the board now?
7 years.
Wow.
7.5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm up in November.
Okay. Now, these boards are your Area 7, and I wanted to ask, am I right or wrong? Did they shift from at-large to districts?
In 2022, we're going to district elections.
Okay. And I know that's even true with some of the local school districts, and I think that was that mandated by the state?
It wasn't mandated by the state, but we decided to go in that direction to try to be more representative of the community.
Right, okay, so that will come around. Right now, you're in Area 7, and that's Mission Viejo and my city of RSM. So that'll be in November. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it is. Both of those are great communities. All right, let's talk about, you folks met with some of the legislators, and obviously you're in touch with all of them. And here's a photo of, let's see, there's Letitia.
Letitia Clark, our director of public affairs.
Because I was asking, did she come today?
Who's also a city councilwoman in
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I did not realize that. So you visit the, all the folks in the assembly and all.
At least once a year, we go to Sacramento as part of what's the Community College League of California. That's a statewide association of community colleges.
Yeah.
And we lobby or advocate on behalf of our district, but also at community colleges across the state. So we try to be a good team player when it comes to the issues that affect all the community colleges. But for our district, in particular, we focused on some capital improvement projects. And both at IVC and Saddleback, we got some state funding last year for 2 projects at each college. And I have to give a shout out to Assemblywoman Kadi Petrie Norris, who was very helpful in getting funding for Irvine Valley College.
Great. And as far as working with the community colleges throughout the state, do you all kind of have some of the same issues together? Not only facilities, but just in general?
We do. So when you look at college affordability, so a few years ago we switched from what's called the Board of Governors waiver to the Cal Grant program that's providing financial assistance to students in need. So it's not just tuition assistance now. What we're trying to do is get the state to look at the complete cost of going to college. So, most community colleges don't provide student housing.
No.
So the UCs and the Cal States largely do. So there is a disparity. I mean, community colleges still are exceedingly more affordable than the Cal States or the UCs, but most of our students have to provide for their own housing, transportation to and from campus. So we're trying to get the state to look at the entirety of the cost that it takes to attend a community college.
Okay, and I would think that a lot of them are still at home, but then a lot of folks, maybe they've worked for a while and decide hey, it's time for me to go back and go to a community college and
I'm taking a class right now at Saddleback, so even though I'm on the board, I decided to go back. I'm interested in some screenwriting and script writing, so it's been great to interact with the students. I'm the second oldest person in the class by just gauging visually. And it's been great.
The programs that are at all the community colleges throughout the state are really phenomenal.
They are. Yeah, I'm more impressed now that I've attended a class than I even was before.
Let me ask you something. Although this isn't really on your list that you provided, but there has been a really good push, I think, in this country in general about steering younger folks back into the trades, meaning from an auto mechanic to a plumber, whatever it might be. And in many cases, they start at community college, they spend 2 years, they get an apprentice program. And I often listened to This Old House as an example. And just recently they were saying some of these young folks who start this out, within 4 or 5 years, they're earning 6-figure income and they have 0 college debt. So talk about the importance.
So when you look at Saddleback and IVC, you say vocational. We still call it. It's called the new vernacular is career technical education. So at Saddleback, for example, we have automotive tech, culinary, 2 very popular programs that are in demand in terms of jobs. So a 4-year university is not the best route for everyone. So I think what we try to do is and a lot of it's based on data. So you look, where are the in-demand jobs, where are the needs, whether it's a plumber or electrician, and then you look at what other programs are out there, because there are other colleges that provide those kinds of certification programs, and decide where is our niche. And we're seeing a growing interest in CT, and apprenticeships I know a lot about. I mean, that's a really big push nationally in Congress and through the Department of Labor. In fact, I was just there in Washington last month with our advocates in DC, meeting with the Department of Labor, talking about having Saddleback or IVC being a hub for coordinating apprenticeships in the county. And so hopefully we're going to submit some applications for some grant funding in the next few months.
That is great. I really do think that.
Great question.
All right, let's get back to your slides here, the college foundations. And again, these are important ways to bring
There's
money
no
into
community,
the district.
in my view. I mean, both the foundations are our connection, are a fantastic connection to the community. We're on the board of trustees. There are 7 of us. Both the Saddleback and IVC foundations have their own board of governors that are their volunteers who volunteer their time to help raise funds mainly for student scholarships
Yeah.
and other needs around campus. And so I could not be more supportive of what we're doing with the foundations. We have 2 executive directors, one that leads IVC, one that leads Saddleback. And they had terrific years last year. And then upcoming on March 14th, the Irvine Valley College Foundation is having their gala. And I hope you consider attending. It is a fundraiser largely.
Yeah.
And most of the funds do go towards financial aid needs, student scholarships.
And I think that's great.
For both colleges.
The money stays here. It's fantastic.
Stays here.
And you look at some of the outcomes of this and the Health and Wellness Center here at IVC.
So we had a dedication last week for a 4,000 square foot new Health and Wellness Center. And it is what you think it is. It is for the health needs of our students, but not just physical health needs. We have psychologists that are on contract to us who are there and available for mental health needs of our students. There's also, the center is also just for those students who want to unwind and need a quiet place to relax for a few minutes. So it's a comprehensive healthcare services. And I mean, I've used the healthcare center at both IVC and Saddleback on occasion, and they're just top-notch services and catering to just about every healthcare need of our students.
I remember many, many years ago when I was taking some classes at Orange Coast and using their services. You took classes there too?
No, you took classes also.
Yeah, and well, sailing, but it was still a class. No, I took art and graphic design and all that. But yeah, it was great to have their health center there. It was, it really provided a lot for me.
I didn't this year because out of convenience, I was somewhere else. But I've gotten my flu shots in the past at IVC and Saddleback.
It's fantastic to have. So the health center it's up and running, the Health and Wellness Center? Great.
It is.
Now, of course, the elections happened. However, we have more to come in November.
Right.
But also census, and that's important too.
Yeah, so the census is important for a lot of reasons. We need to know how many people we have in this country, but it also determines how we allocate our congressional representatives.
Right.
And so what we've seen in what data shows is that older populations and younger populations tend to get undercounted. So there's an increasing effort this year to be as accurate as possible. And so, and they're still hiring, by the way. So if anyone in the village is looking for additional work, take a look at the census website and put in your application.
All right, and of course, you can go, you can go on OC Vote to find out election results in general. And then, of course, when the November election happens, and then you can go to 2020census.gov, and that'll give you information there. Yeah, very good. Now, you've got some couple of good upcoming events. It's one thing.
You didn't want to talk about the elections?
Oh, the elections. Yes, that's right.
Well,
sorry
just
about
the day
that.
after.
Yeah, yes.
Well, it's early. So we've gone to a new voting system in California, as you know. Everyone gets a ballot to mail in. That wasn't the case. The first election when everyone has gotten a mail-in ballot. 2, we went to voting centers instead of you remember your old local polling place where you'd walk down the street. That's gone.
Yeah.
We have voting center at IVC, so we're happy about that. And those are sprinkled throughout the county. So the results, they're still coming in because of the new system. People vote, I think there's maybe even half the votes still have yet to be counted. But in terms of education, the statewide bond numbered Prop 13, which would fund community colleges and the Cal States and the UC system for capital improvements, is not doing well right now.
Yeah.
So, and I say right now because we still are tabulating the votes, but this would have provided about $2 billion for community colleges, as well as K through 12 and other mostly actually K through 12 funding and $9 billion. And maybe voters have bond fatigue.
Yeah.
Because when you look at here at the local level, in our district, we had 3 bonds. One at Measure M, Saddleback Valley Unified School District, appears to be losing.
Right.
And then Capistrano Valley Unified School District had 2 bonds, and they are losing as of this morning.
Okay. I think the state one calling it Prop 13, I know they have to follow a nomenclature, but
horrible name.
Horrible name.
People associate it with lower property taxes, and they feel like their property taxes are going up. One other thing, it looks like you're going to have a new state representative here. So as of this morning, the incumbent, Bill Breaux, is in 3rd place.
Okay.
And so the way our system works is that the top 2 finishers go on to the general election.
Okay.
And he's behind.
Okay. All right. Now, as far as, but as you said, you know, it could take a week or more before we get everything. And I think OC did very well as far as handling it all. LA County, not so much. But anyway. All right. Great upcoming events. There's one thing that the College District does is continually bring fantastic art and drama and just great entertainment to the community. And people, if you haven't gone to these, it's really a nominal fee to go see this fantastic, these student-run productions, and it's wonderful.
About a month ago, I went to, it's not on the screen there, but there was a production at Saddleback College called Bloom. So did you go?
No, I think we talked about it though.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if it was here.
Yeah.
But it intersected environmental education with dance. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was really taken in by it. And then the slide you have up here is regarding our equity center. So there's a real focus now, and equity maybe is not an understood term.
Right.
It really has to, what it really means is that each student that attends our community college district or our colleges gets treated equitably.
Yeah.
So that maybe some students need more assistance than others in order to ensure they have an equitable education. So now we have a new equity center at Irvine Valley College that's going to provide, that's a great photo.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I actually like that logo better than our current logo, so maybe
we'll change that.
Change it out.
And the last slide here is about an upcoming event called Heathers, which was a movie, and a book, a movie, and now...
And I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I remember the movie.
You do?
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah,
well, I'm remembering more movies now that I'm in the screenwriting class.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm astonished how many movies our adjunct professor actually knows.
Yeah.
And he archives them on a Google Drive, so I mean the screenplays, not the actual.
Right, yeah.
So it's been a great resource.
So this is going to be coming up it's a musical, which is a little bit different take on it, and that will be coming up at Saddleback College, April 3rd through April 11th. So tickets are only $20, $15 for seniors. I mean, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that price.
It'd be interesting to see how this is turned into a musical. Good
Me
to
too.
see you.
You too?
Yeah.
Looks like things are going well.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, and we'll probably see you, another few months from now.
Very good.
All right, take care, Tim, as always.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Well for delivering life-saving Meals on Wheels to homebound seniors. But did you know they keep seniors active and engaged at 10 modern centers? Serve nutritious congregate meals amid friendly surroundings. Transport seniors safely to and from appointments and provide much-needed equipment and other essential services. Now, this vital nonprofit organization needs your support to sustain its mission. This is Age Well Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?
Welcome back, and I'd like to welcome back Dr. Gus Alva. He is the medical director and founder of ATP Clinical Research. They're located up in Costa Mesa, and what we're talking about today is a clinical trial that's going on for Alzheimer's. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, first, if people have not seen you on our program before, just a quick overview about what you folks do.
Absolutely. I'm Gus Alva, Medical Director of ATP Clinical Research based here locally in Costa Mesa, California. Our website is atpcr.com. And we've been doing a lot of investigational research work over the years, over the past good 20 years or so, on everything that is currently available, which are only treatments that slow down the decline associated with Alzheimer's
Okay,
disease.
so that's your primary function is
That
okay.
is my primary function, although we see patients on a regular basis
Right, okay.
there at our clinic in Costa.
But Alzheimer's is what you focus on.
Alzheimer's has been an area of deep interest that we've had over the years, and we've been very, very busy looking at every possible angle. And today, I'm very excited to share with you the construct of this particular study that
and it's
we're
called
doing.
GAIN.
It's called GAIN.
Okay.
And you know, we're looking at individuals between the ages of 55 to 80 that may have already been diagnosed in mild, moderate stage, may have or may not be on treatment, because we don't want to take anyone off of treatment, whatever they've been on. But the interesting thing is that we've learned there's a bacteria called P. gingivalis that resides in the mouth, in the gingival area.
Okay.
And, you know, it would make sense that when inflammation occurs and all of a sudden bleeding of the gums occurs, there's a crossing of specific bacteria into the bloodstream. Well, it turns out that as we age and different types of heredity factors, such as having had family members with Alzheimer's disease, inflammation, cardiovascular disease, that allows for seepage into the central nervous system and entry of this particular bacteria. In fact, over 90% of individuals with Alzheimer's disease have tested positive for this particular bacteria in the central nervous system.
Yeah.
And this particular bacteria infestation explains as to why inflammatory processes occur downstream in the brain, buildup of beta amyloid, buildup of other factors that we've known about with Alzheimer's disease for a long time.
Right.
So the specific oral therapy that we're investigating right now would inactivate gingipains, which are toxic substances that these bacteria liberate. And these bacteria are literally hiding in plain sight inside of neurons. The problem is that specific antibiotics that we've had up to this particular point can't really tackle this bacteria. So the study medicine that we're utilizing right now, the oral therapy, would inactivate the gingipains that create destruction in the brain.
That's interesting.
So it may actually be a way of correcting Alzheimer's disease. So we're excited about this particular project.
Now, this makes sense in that, you know, when we hear from dentists all the time, you know, it's not just maybe something's going on with your teeth or gums. There's all these other effects that can happen quite often when people go who may have a pre-existing condition, Alzheimer's, could be anything.
Sure.
When they go to the dentist, they often have to take some sort of preventative medication.
You bet.
Because the bacteria can get into, especially if they have heart problems or something like that.
Absolutely.
And we know that Alzheimer's, a couple leading causes are circulation and inflammation. So it all kind of plays in.
It's amazing how this all plays out, but up to this particular point, we haven't had anything to be able to address this. This particular company out of the Bay Area called Cortexime, that's leading off the charge with the GAIN trial, is, again, very prominent along lines of looking at addressing this specific problem. And so, yeah, like I said, very excited about it. There's currently about 5.8 million people in the U.S. with Alzheimer's. We're expecting those numbers to go up by at least another 500,000 this year. So this is a condition that's neurodegenerative, meaning that it's going to continue on over time. And this specific explanation as to why it might actually ensue with P. gingivalis is quite a compelling story. And that's why right now we're trying to address this aggressively.
Now, you know, since you've been in this for about 20 years, there are so many different causes for Alzheimer's, just like there's for different kinds of cancers. It's hard to pinpoint a panacea like this is it. This is going to stop it.
You're right.
But this is something that could eventually be helpful.
Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, the nice thing about this particular trial is that even if somebody's already taking a medicine to address this, whether it be donepezil, rivastigmine, Razidine, or Namenda, which are the only medicines that are currently FDA approved to treat Alzheimer's disease, they can continue on with those. And we don't want people to stop taking their medication, but this would be layered on top of that but it may actually have a corrective measure as opposed to just slowing down decline. So amazing times, and the beauty is that we can avail our community right here in our own backyard with the advantage of being able to partake in this particular study. Not only is our site participating, there are 2 other sites in the Orange County area.
Okay.
Our site, it's easy to access, atpcr.com, and our phone number 714-277-4472. But also gaintrial.com. People can access a lot of information from that. And there's a beautiful video that I would encourage all your viewers to watch from the website that really explains these very things that we're mentioning right now, because they are quite compelling.
Yeah, so when somebody calls this or goes online, you're going to evaluate, like any kind of clinical trial.
Absolutely.
Is this right for you? Is this going to fit you at this point in time?
Yeah, the beauty about this is that people should not participate in a study unless they're fully aware of why the study's being done, pros, cons, alternatives, confidentiality, the whole 9 yards. So people need to be consented for. And to be able to partake in this study, people have to be between the age bracket of 55 to 80. They have to have a primary informant that can give us a read as to how they're doing. Because if somebody's doing better, we want to have somebody else also letting us know whether they're observing that change. Flip side of that, if somebody's doing worse, we want to know about that, or if they're staying static. That's also important to know. But, you know, again, people need to consent to be able to participate in a study, and the only way to do that is by going through an appropriate process. Our site happens to be one of 90 sites around the world that are involved with this particular project.
So you're all sharing the information.
Absolutely. And the neat thing is that, you know, we're more than happy to help even an individual that might just be curious, do I have this problem? You know, the availability of being able to do a memory screening and figuring out whether somebody's an appropriate
So that's something
candidate.
you can do as well.
Absolutely. And it's free. So that's the best part about
and
being
that's a
involved
good
in
point
the
you
study.
make, because with so many different things, whether it's Alzheimer's or other kinds of conditions that people may or may have, getting screened for it at an early age, you may feel great. You may go to your primary and they say, yeah, you know, everything's looking good, but there could be something that could be building that you may not know about.
Absolutely. So when in doubt, always seek out your doctor. You know, again, the individual that starts forgetting names of common objects, individuals that they should know, starts getting lost in places that were previously well known, you know, starts having difficulty with constructing things, forgetting as to why they went somewhere, you know, all of those things together might spell out probable Alzheimer's.
All right, very good. Doctor, always good to see you.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And again, the number is on the screen, 714-277-4472, or you can go to gaintrial.com and get more information. All right, we'll be right back.
What's happened to healthcare? It wasn't so long ago that your doctor understood your health history because they were part of it. From labor pains to life's health challenges, you could rely on that relationship with your family physician. Then something happened. Healthcare changed. Seeing a doctor can feel like running into a stranger. A 60-minute wait for a 6-minute visit. Hoag Medical Group is here to change all of that. Our doctors do more than react to illness. They become your personal physician for life. Always listening, never rushing, helping to chart a healthy path together, walking with you at every turn. This is the way healthcare was meant to be, with enhanced features such as same-day appointments, care coordination, and direct access to Hoag's world-class professionals and services. Hoag Medical Group. We listen, we care, we're committed to you for life.
Are you ready for PGA Tour Champions golf right here in Orange County? Only at Newport Beach Country Club can you catch your favorite legends as they tee it up at the finest stop on the PGA Tour Champions. Don't miss the Hoag Classic as it returns for an action-packed week March 4th to the 8th. Tickets are available now at HoagClassic.com.
Celebrating its 25th year, we're here at the Hoag Classic with Jeff Purser at the Newport Beach Country Club. And congratulations, boy, 25 years.
Yeah, how about that? Quite a run, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's been great. Well, tell me a little overview of what's happening.
So the 25th year, it's a great year for us celebrating. It's been quite a long run. Great names coming this year: Ernie Els, Fred Couples, John Daly, and many more that people will be familiar with. Some great activities this week as well with the Military Appreciation Day, our Youth and Scholarship Day, and just a fun week for everybody that enjoys golf.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the people you have coming. So there's some newcomers that well, of course I haven't heard of them, but why don't you tell me a little bit about, I know, shame on me. Tell me a little bit about who they are.
Yeah, so again, Ernie Els, a lot of people familiar with Ernie, World Golf Hall of Famer. Retief Goosen, also South African, World Golf Hall of Famer. Angel Cabrera. He's a World Golf Hall of Famer, two-time major championship winner, and then Tim Herron as well. A lot of guys might be familiar with Tim Herron from the 90s and early 2000s. His nickname was Lumpy. Great personality, great guy. So, and then we have some guys coming back that we missed last year. Vijay Singh, who wasn't able to defend last year, will be back, and throw in a few others, and it's a great field.
You know, and it's a very popular event that you have, not only for charity purposes, but also for the whole community to come together. Why do you think it's so popular?
Well, I think a lot of it is that it benefits Hoag.
Right.
Those tentacles reach very deeply in the community. A lot of people have a love for Hoag, and so to participate in an event that benefits an important community institution like Hoag is something that's powerful.
Right.
It's just a fun, festive atmosphere to come out and be a part of as well.
Now, Hoag Sports Charity, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's just the organizing. That's our management group, if you will. So every PGA Tour event is hosted by a 501c3 organization, and there's a lot of different organizations that support Hoag. We're all part of Hoag. It's really Hoag Hospital. It's just our group that manages the golf tournament.
Okay, and now you have opportunities for scholarships. Tell me what you actually, you give scholarships to who?
Yeah, so that's in our partnership with Kingston Technology. The Kingston Technology Company gives a lot of scholarships out to kids around the community. They're in need. A lot of first-time secondary education in their families and things like that. And so we're doing something new this year where Hoag actually has an employee scholarship fund that benefits employees that want to make themselves better. Again, a lot of first-time education, a lot of immigrants, things like that, that just really want to take a better place in life through education. So we're benefiting that, and we'll give some to some other students as well. So we'll give at least $70,000 in scholarships this year.
That's great.
Through a partnership with Kingston. So we're excited about that.
That's awesome. Now, of course, an event like this couldn't happen without volunteers.
That's right.
So tell me how many you have.
Yeah, we have usually over 650 volunteers each year. And that includes 35 individual committee chairmen that lead our volunteer groups and all the different things that they do, marshalling and scoring and admissions and those kind of things. So they're fantastic. We have a statistic out this year that we've had over 1 million visitors in 25 years. We've given over $21 million to charity. We've had over 1.5 million volunteer hours, which is astounding when you think about it. So this doesn't happen without our volunteers, and we're very appreciative of them.
That's awesome, and they do take their jobs very seriously.
They do.
I can tell.
Yep.
So let's talk about the week.
Don't go to the wrong place.
Yeah, I know, because they will, and do not cross
That's right.
the fairway if they have that rope up.
The ropes.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about the week as a whole. So you've got the first day is the Legends Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday is our 2-day Pro-Am where our sponsors play inside those ropes that you talked about with the celebrity golfers. And it's a great way to entertain customers, and it's a big part of our fundraising. Part of our fundraising.
Okay. So. Any particular celebrities you can mention?
Well, I'm at the professionals, so we don't have a lot of Hollywood celebrities that everyone looks for. We have one, Alfonso Ribeiro comes down here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we love having him. So.
All right, excellent. And then you have a Military Appreciation Day, and then there's also something new that you're honoring the military with.
We're very proud of our Military Appreciation Day. That's presented by CoreLogic. It's now in its 5th year, and it's become a signature piece of this event. All active, retired, reserve veterans can come in for free with 3 guests, and they get free food and beverage service provided by our sponsors. We have honorees, which we really are very proud of, that we designate 8 honorees each year that not only served our country but serve our community as well. And that's where we mesh the tournaments and the military. And so that's a wonderful recognition that we provide. And we're excited this year because we have our military village. And so we'll have our military charities that are there engaging with the fans. We have our Kanika Minolta Field of Flags, which people can plant a flag for a loved one in remembrance of them. And our Pal Maui Toast to the Troops bar, and lots of activity. There'll be a lot of fun and just a celebration of our military.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then it would not be complete without Youth Day.
Yeah, Youth Day is on Sunday. We love that event too. Again, Kingston Technology is our sponsor of that. And that's all youth, 18 and under, get into the tournament for free on the closing day. We have some putting contests and games, and a game center for young kids, and lots of fun activities.
Well, it sounds like a very fun-filled day, fun-filled week, actually, with lots of different things. Anything to keep an eye out for during that week?
Well, we have lots of food and beverage service and great activities, so it's really an event that's for everybody. A lot of golf fans, of course, but it's just a fun social event to be part of and come on out and celebrate our community.
Right, and hopefully the weather will be as gorgeous as it is today.
I sure hope so.
Yes, we hope so. All right, well, thank you so much. It was very nice to see you again.
You too, thank you.
All right. And remember, if you want any information about what we've discussed here, you can always go to homeclassic.com.
There are many treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.
Trust the experts at Universal Carpet for all your flooring needs. Now get 50% off pet stain resistant and hyperallergenic carpet, porcelain tile, wood laminate and waterproof flooring, and complete kitchen and bath remodels. Plus get 5 years 0% financing, including free installation and free furniture removal. Our convenient showrooms are just minutes away in Irvine and Huntington Beach, or call 866-402-2747 for our free in-home shopping service. Universal Carpet, the low price leader for over 20 years.
Well, folks, you just saw that piece that Lisa did on the Hogue Classic. We have some tickets here that you can get. We have 2 pairs of tickets. All you have to do is call Brittany, 949-597-4295, and ask for them. You know, it started today and goes on until Sunday. So good opportunity to go down there. It's a lot of fun. If you've never been to the Hogue Classic or any professional golf tournament, it's really kind of fun. You can walk around, or you can just sit by maybe one of the holes and watch the golfers come to you. But we got in here 2 pairs of tickets. Call Brittany, 597-4295. So there you go. All right, Dora is going to be our movie coming up on Friday, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. We're going to take a look at it now.
Who are you? I'm glad you brought it up. I'm just kidding. I don't actually care.
We're on to something big, Dora.
An ancient city made of gold.
We're gonna break some rules.
We're coming with you, Prima.
Oh, look. Dora brought a knife on the field trip, everybody.
It's a jungle puzzle.
Stop fooling lovers!
The jungle is perfectly safe.
Not safe! Not safe!
Seriously? You had that in your backpack, too? Come on, Boots.
Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Quicksand! Don't panic.
Excuse me.
That really has a great cast in it, and Isabella Merced plays Dora. Some of you might remember, at least when it comes to your grandkids, the original Dora, which I think is still on. And in that one, she is really about teaching kids about numbers and all kinds of different things. I remember my daughter watched that for several years. This is going to be on Friday, so at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. And then our movie on Monday, March 9th, is Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I haven't heard of this one. It stars Kate Blanchett, and it's about a former architect, Bernadette, seems to have it all. A beautiful home in Seattle, a successful, loving husband, and a brilliant teenage daughter who is about to attend boarding school. When Bernadette suddenly disappears without a trace, her concerned family sets off on an exciting adventure to solve the mystery of where she might have gone. And this is billed as a comedy, drama, and mystery. So that will be on Monday, March 9th at 2 and at 6 o'clock. So there you go. Good cast on that one as well. All right, a couple things I want to tell you about. The Mind Boosters classes are coming up beginning this Saturday, and will be the next 4 successive Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon at Clubhouse 7. It's $35 a person. Wellness in the Wood is putting this on, and the series is presented by Alzheimer's Family Center. So if you'd like to go to this, you can either call Leslie Coretti at 949-209-8846 to register, or she told me that all you need to do is come the first day at 9 o'clock, March 7th, this Saturday, at Clubhouse 7, and you can pay there. It's $35 per person for the entire 4-week course. So it's designed to help keep your mind active. Now, Frankie Valli, we've been telling you about this, coming to the Performing Arts Center on Saturday, March 7th, and I think tickets are still available, and I say I think because I have not been told that they are not available. So I'm thinking they still are. Usually Recreation will let us know if something's sold out. So if you'd like to go see Frankie Avalon, this is going to be at the Performing Arts Center, Saturday, March 7th at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available. This is the only performance, by the way. Tickets are available at the Performing Arts Center box office. You can call Recreation at 597-4288 to find out more. All right, let's get to our weather. And beautiful today and tomorrow, little clouds out there. Things will drop on Friday with partly cloudy skies. And then we're looking at rain coming in Saturday and Sunday. It shouldn't be a lot between the 2 days. Scattered showers here and there, maybe 1/10 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. But overall, not much at all. The temperatures certainly drop. We're looking at Saturday towards the afternoon, evening, and then probably will spill over into Sunday. Here are the temps around Orange County today. Just absolutely beautiful. Spring forward, and remember this weekend, we lose an hour. Okay, see you tomorrow. You take care. Remember, we got the Hogue tickets.